I want to start off first by saying peace to the gods and goddesses, um, peace to everyone. As many of you know, I have posted that I was going to do my little 1-2 today on what Rashad Jamal posted yesterday or the day before in regards to the content creators. Now, I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to jump right into it. I knew for a long time that Rashad Jamal was under a spell. I also knew that the people that he had around him, I've said this before in the previous video that I put up on YouTube, that he couldn't trust the people that he was around. But I didn't go into detail because a lot of this had to do with his free will. And not just about friends and, people that he had in the studios or at meet and greets and shit. This is actually very, very personal. But I wanted to wait to see a point in time where he would wake up to where we can actually sit up and talk about it, right? Well, today is that day. I waited for a long time. I waited to see if anybody was going to notice this, say something about it. I have seen certain people over the last few years do a little 1-2 on TikTok, or you might say or mention of this situation, but I'm going to actually put it into retro perspective for you today. And I'm going to speak directly to Rashad. Peace to you. The most disheartening thing is to know that the person that you trusted with your life, your body, you spent the most time around is the op. And I'm going to say this like this for a reason. It wasn't all the other people that brought Rashad down. It was his wife. And out of those content creators that he posted, it was 2 of them that stood out to me the most. And I know he has this 1-2 with others, he know them more, dealing with the content creation community and networking and stuff like that. So he's going to say his own 1-2, what his personal experiences is with these people. But for me, for what I've seen spiritually and cosmically, it's 2 of them in that lineup. And one of them is Isis Wisdom. And the other one is Arcaz. Arcaz, however the fuck you say his name. But the reason why that either of them was able to play in this man's face is because of Zakia. Oh yeah, we finna get into this shit. It's because of her. She was the one who appointed this individual. She's the one who went to this individual for spell work. She's the one who actually not only just went to her, but went to other content creators and went to other people who do spiritual work. And this isn't spiritual work that they were doing. They were doing witchcraft. They put this man under a spell. Okay? I seen it before he got locked up. I spoke about it. And I just, for the life of me, couldn't realize, is anybody else seeing what the fuck I'm saying? Because the true chosen ones don't have to be around him, like I've said before, to see that, hey, this man is actually who he say he is. He is divine insight. He is very powerful. Okay? But this individual put him under a spell. And right now, the reason why Rashad is calling some of them out, because there's a lot of bullshit that's happening in the content creator community where they're saying a lot of bullshit. And one of which is that this individual went live the other day and literally said that Zeus is working with us and that he's a good guy. And ain't no way in hell this individual can say that when they worship the Orishas. Playing in your face. And I've always felt like, this individual was a mass manipulator. Something about it was very sneaky about this individual. But, we still watched, and still supported by tuning into, the lives and things, because this individual would come with knowledge. And then I had to think, just because you are knowledgeable and you are conscious does not mean that you are chosen. It does not mean that you have good intentions. It does not mean that you are working for the team of righteousness, freedom, and for the collectives. Because Satan also was knowledgeable. That motherfucker knows a lot. He knows all this shit. This individual literally used knowledge to suck you in. Literally used the information to suck you in. This individual literally sat up on live and put you under a spell and told you that if you go against Zeus, then you will lose everything. What the fuck made this individual go say that? Out of all things to say, that's what you said? After you done spent years of sucking people in through information. Through our receptors, which is our minds, which is our eyes. This individual don't even understand that her mask fell off so much that we seen who you truly are in your past lives and everything, Miss Cleopatra. Miss Cleo. And then it all started to make sense. It would make sense for you to say that because you started to do the shit the Zeus do. Ran your ass over there to Mexico. You sit behind the screen and do readings and consultations and all this bullshit, Miss Cleo. Because you're hiding. You thought you were hiding. And everybody that's going live and saying stuff and posting, oh, Rashad Jamal, the guard, there's something wrong with him. He crashed. And I didn't even say nothing. He barely said any fucking thing. And all of you motherfuckers began to shake in your boots. Literally. Because you're guilty. Because you know that what this man speaks is truth. So you began to shake because you know he was finna speak the truth on your ass. I was speaking to Osumare the other day. Osumare began to talk to me about how this individual was coming to them and in a deceptive type of way, manipulative type of way, trying to appease to him by pointing out his strengths and powers. And then Gaia came to me and said the same thing. And then Tiamat said the same thing. Shakti, Shiva said the same thing. And I asked the ancestors, I said, what does this mean? What individual is doing this? I need you to expose this to me. It had to be somebody who was getting through to our receptors that we've watched and they have been able to connect to us through a certain thing, which is knowledge. Okay? Confusion. Then I realized that there was only one being throughout time that did that. It was multiple beings. Of course, it was Zeus and his crew. But this is a part of Zeus and his crew. Multiple beings. But this being worked as a third party. This being has no power. This being harnessed energy from the chosen ones. This being is all about idolization and worship. This being loves attention. And the only thing that came to my mind was the Baphomet. Yeah, Zeus's mascot. Literally. And had the nerve to sit up and say that Tiamat and Zeus are brother and sister and they work together. You literally sat on your platform, said it. You did it in one live and you came back and you confirmed it in another. That's what gets me. And then I also want to speak on Arcaz. You bitch ass nigga. You's a bitch. And I'm going to tell you why you a bitch. You literally took your ass up in that damn courthouse a few years ago with your phone out. Laughing, taking shit as a joke while this man was going through one of the most toughest times of his fucking life. Then wanted to free Rashad Jamal like you really gave a fuck. Mighty funny how you were the first one who made a fucking video. You put it up on your damn YouTube and it's still up. It's still the fuck up. You ain't got no power, nigga. All you do is regurgitate information over a fucking beat. That's what you do. To sit up and play in this man's face, the one who woke your bitch ass up. To help wake you the fuck up. Yeah, I did my little 1-2 and I said how I felt at the time, back in 2022. Surrounding this man's arrest and all of this shit. Absolutely. That was genuine concern. But you niggas who were closer to him, who was getting information from his wife and his family and all the people around him, that's why I'm speaking on y'all. It's very questionable as to why the fuck y'all got so much to fucking say. Nobody's actually saying anything, though. Nobody's saying anything that Rashad did wrong. You're mad because he's calling you out. That's the thing that gets me. I've sat back for so long, for years. I've seen it. I've known it. Spiritually, I've known it. I've seen it. I wanted to speak out so much, but I couldn't get in between this man's free will because the first thing that everybody was going to holler about, oh, she's a hater. And he was going so hard behind the shit that he was going to say the same shit, so you couldn't say nothing to him. And then I realized that the time is now. Fuck what the fuck y'all talking about. Time is now. And yes, he has to go through his own karmatic cycle. Understandable. But the reason why I'm saying something right now is because, once again, just like 2022, y'all motherfuckers ain't seeing the shit for what it needs to be seen, for what it is. And Isis, I'm just going to say this. Because after you did that spell, you didn't want to say his name. You didn't want to talk about him no more. You can't say his name. It's not that you don't want to say it. You can't say his name. I dare you to say his name. I dare you. I fucking dare you. Shout out to my girl Ellie as well. Because y'all did her so wrong. His wife tried to silence that young, beautiful goddess. And all she was trying to do was help. Anybody that tried to come and fucking help, she did something, somehow, some way to turn them around. the envy, the jealousy that went into the polygamy. You guys have no idea the hatred that this woman had in her heart for this man. And use your receptors, what you see, to deceive you. To make you think that she loved him and that everything was all good. Y'all have no idea how this woman sold him out. You have no idea how they came after her and her kids behind him and the charge that he has. Y'all have no fucking idea. And I know she probably gonna see this and be like, how she know? She must be an agent. No, I ain't no fucking agent. At all. But I'll tell you this. The bullshit, the witchcraft, the slander, the stuff that you guys thought that you got away with behind closed doors stops now. It stops today. Peace to the ancestors. Peace to Sekhmet. Peace to Osumare. Peace to Tiamat, Gaia, Yamaya, Oshun, Bastet, Ogun, Shango, Anubis. Peace to you. Because we've been saying for years that now we rise, now you finna see it. Ain't no talking no more. You finna see it. You already experiencing it. So peace, love, and light to all. But don't take Rashad right now. It's crashing out. He waking up. He grieving. He's seeing the truth in it right now. And yes, it hurts. I wish the God could have seen it sooner, because we did. Everybody else wanted clout. Everybody else wanted a chance to be in front. So they're going to do everything they can to keep this truth teller behind bars. Keep him down. They don't give a fuck. Because they work for the system. They come on live. They do what they do for clout, for likes, clicks, and all of that shit, and shares and money. And they go on about their fucking business. They don't give a fuck about this man and what the fuck is really happening to him. At all. So, with that being said, your time is up.